Hello, and welcome to the second Level Design Hall of Fame. And today I have inducted Left 4 Dead 2 Hard Rain, specifically this middle section that you're seeing right now, in which the rain starts a pouring, and boy does it pour hard. Hence the title Hard Rain. So when I was thinking about what level to induct next, I was talking to some people, some friends of mine, and one of them, we were talking about Left 4 Dead because it was free on Steam that one day where the store went down, and I was playing it, and somebody mentioned that Hard Ring was the worst level ever, and I went through and specifically played it and found out that it was in fact the best level in Left 4 Dead history, and I think one of the scariest things that you will ever encounter, especially last generation, which had a number of really good scary games like Dead Space and Amnesia and Slender Man and you know that nice horror revival in the genre. But when I'm playing through Hard Rain, you're looking at it right now. That field is the scariest goddamn field ever. Yeah, look at this guy trying to jump over the house. You can't get past it that way. You gotta walk through. There you go, walk through it. And you don't know where your allies are or enemies are in that thing. Somebody gets taken down, you all gotta go back in there and find them, and it is just haunting. It is just so disorienting and scary. You get that pipeline right down the middle, it doesn't really help. That is just the worst thing to encounter, and it's raining, and you're sludging through the rain, and it's hard to walk through, and everyone's really slow, and it's dark, and it's eerie, and it's atmospheric, and there's something just about the pitter patter of the rain when there's nothing around. And you don't hear anything, and you're like, why don't I hear anything right now? And then you get into this slow goddamn elevator. It's excruciating the first time you call that. And what I really like about this level, and more so about the entire game, but really I think here it stands out the most, is this game came out a number of years after Katrina, and it's really evocative of, you know, you just see like disheveled houses, and you're not quite sure if they were trying to fix everything up or if the zombies kind of tore everything down, and when I just see Louisiana and I see a lot of rain, it just kind of brings back like images. And you're playing through this game, I mean, I'm sure Valve was aware of the similarities, but I really like when games kind of have that touch to them. Not that they're trying to overtly say something, but you know, sometimes you need to just kind of have, you know, like the Hellgast in Killzone, something reminiscent of something. Maybe you're commenting on and you're speaking to something greater. Um, but when I played this level, man, it is just a nightmare. That old creepy factory that you go through, and the way you can kind of get lost, but it's not confusing level design. It's kind of, though I think the Left 4 Dead series is really good at like, it seems like there's enough space to go around and explore and kind of, you know, find nooks and crannies. But if you just gotta have to make sure that you and your crew know, like, you know what direction you're going in, because you can easily kind of go backwards. But I feel like this level, the way it's designed is you basically go through like half the campaign in one direction and you turn around and you backtrack through it getting worse and worse. And what I really like about that is it's probably one of the best uses of backtracking in games, where it's not just like a old Zelda dungeon or something where you're just turning around 180 and nothing's new. They kind of put, especially at the beginning, a lot of resources. They kind of give you like too much, and they're like, you better not use this. And they keep doing that throughout the first half. And right around here, the halfway point, is when you turn around and shit starts to get really bad. And then you're like, oh wow, like maybe we shouldn't have used this as much, because they were giving us pipe bombs like everywhere. And you're climbing through this like crazy architecture, and you're climbing through these crazy, you know, the machinery, and there's just a lot of good like corners for the special zombies to come out and get you. And it's really easy to just be completely unaware, but not in a bad way, not in a way that kind of throws you off guard. You kind of know, like, you know, that you're in a building, so you know you have boundaries to it, but still, like, you know, you're climbing over this machinery and there's just a witch in the worst spot. And I mean that in the best way possible, because nothing fills me more with joy than having a teammate accidentally provoke the witch, and so you can say, I didn't touch her, you touched her, haha, you got shut down by that little pansy girl. And I mean, right now we're showing you my favorite, you know, fifth of this level, but I really wanted to talk more about the entire level, only because the story as it is right now, you're with this fisherman on a boat, and he kind of like tags you along from like I think like the later portion of the story. As little story as there is still a story, and you know, there's a big climax at the end where he's, you know, oh, the boat's coming, and it comes, and you're just fighting off at that beginning section that he first drove you to. Um, and I really, really like that end climax fight, because a lot of the ones in Left 4 Dead 1 were really great, and they kind of amped it up for 2. You know, I think of the Carnival, which is another great level, and then the performance on the stage, and I think of No Mercy with the, you know, you were on top of a building, you could fall off at the turret and the helicopter. But I think with Hard Rain, it's really like the second act turn. It's really like you going into the factory, the sugarcane factory, and coming out and just seeing how bad it's getting right now. I mean, it looks awful. It's really hard to just see where you are, which, you know, for some games, yeah, brightness and darkness and obscurity can sometimes hinder and be an issue. But I think with this particular level, it really works in its favor in a way I haven't really seen most horror games pull off. You know, like you can have, you know, shattery corridors, and, you know, you can have pop-out moments, but there's something just so tense and unnerving about rain. Just, you know, ordinary rain just makes situations worse than they need to be, you know? Like, you step in a puddle, and you're walking down the sidewalk, and your whole day gets ruined. I just imagine that like 10,000 fold. It's just a recipe for disaster. It's terrific. I absolutely just, I can't not stop thinking about how great Hard Rain is, and how wrong my friend is about this being the worst level. I mean, it certainly has. I guess his argument was there was a certain difficulty to it, and it kind of an annoyance. But if you're playing Left 4 Dead, isn't that kind of part of the fun? Like, oh, I, you know, strayed away too far, and now I got hit by a smoker, and now he's choking me, and my teammates have to come back around the corner, and they get hit with something, and it kind of just starts to dogpile. It starts to snowball on you. But I just like picking up all the pipe bombs and just throw them in this level, because there's like a lot of nice like choke points here and there that you can kind of like get everybody together, and I don't know, it's also kind of beautiful. It's also it's really, really pretty, going through the beginning and seeing all the water rise, and just seeing it like later when it's, I mean, it's kind of horrible if you think about the connections to Katrina, and just, you know, obviously it's a zombie apocalypse, but there's something like really, really gorgeous about it all that that catches my eye. I don't know. So yeah, so I'm out of rambles. There's the safe house. So we will continue to do this video series as long as you guys like it. I will continue to induct old and new games into the Level Design Hall of Fame. And if you have any recommendations, comment, you know, let me know. I am Jared Russo. I am the gaming editor for Geek Binge, and this has been Level Design Hall of Fame. And if you like our gaming content on Geek Binge, you can check out the podcast, Screen Bites with a Y. It's on iTunes. It's on our website, geekbinge.com. And Left 4 Dead 2 is awesome. Go play that, especially when you get a nice dedicated server that has Counter-Strike Source guns modded in, and that's just the greatest thing ever. The first time I found that, it blew my mind. I could use an op in Left 4 Dead. It's great. All right. Well, yeah, screw you, Sugar Company. I hate you. Not really, you're the best. I love you. And goodbye, everybody.